Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, my name is Kobe Lomax. I am the CEO of Curly Hair. And today I'm going to be reacting to GQ's curly hair video. I watched this video like a while ago. I just had an idea one day to like do a reaction to it just because I think that having a little bit of extra commentary from my perspective and my point of view might be really helpful in terms of like understanding your hair, understanding curly hair, understanding black hair, and also too I think like getting to see a point of view and a perspective of different types of black hair. So that way you can understand just a little bit more like your hair and how our hair in general works. I think that was the biggest thing that I really appreciated from this video that GQ did, was that you got to see so many different hair types and how they work and how they look when they're wet, when they're dry, when they're styled, when they're not styled. And I think that sometimes that really helps because you guys a lot of times only see your hair or my hair, or we tend to look at people's hair that we want our hair to be like, and so then it makes us feel like our hair never looks right, or our hair never looks good, or our hair never is where we want it to be, when in all reality there is a way to make your hair look good in your hair types and your hairstyle. You know, your hair doesn't need to look like somebody else's. You know what I'm saying? It needs to look like your hair, just styled in the way that you can achieve that you feel good and that you feel confident in. And that's something that I had to learn over time, because I used to want my hair to be, my curls to be looser so bad. I used to want to have like 3A type curls and all this kind of stuff, and it was just like, there's people with type 2 curls wishing they had curl hair like me. You know what I'm saying? And then there's people who have kinky or type 4 hair, 4C hair, wishing they had hair like me. And I just started to realize it's like everybody wants something that's not theirs. You know what I'm saying? And I just started to realize that like a lot of us, especially when it comes to our hair, it's like we want a look and a hairstyle that's not ours, as opposed to us learning how to style our hair in a way that makes us feel good, and then standing in that and like being comfortable and confident in that. And so once I was able to do that, I feel like everything just, my confidence like soared through the roof. You know what I'm saying? Because now it's like, bet I found a look that this is my hair can achieve, that looks really good and that I'm very confident in. You know what I'm saying? And so I really appreciated this video for showing all those different perspectives of different people and different types of hair, and how they literally all look so good and they all look so different. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very excited for this video. I hope you guys like this video. I hope you're looking forward to it, and let's get into it. So I'm gonna watch the video on my iPad, and then I'm gonna be stopping the video if I have something to say. Alrighty, how to manage and style curly hair, 3 types, which as I told y'all, this is what I really appreciated about this video. You get to see different hair types, which this is the type of stuff that I want to do whenever I do launch my own hair care line. Like, I want to be able to show using my products on different people's hair. You know what I'm saying? Because we all can achieve beautiful curls that are our own. We just have to learn how. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, let's get into it.
Hi GQ, this is Dickie, your favorite texture guru, founder, creator, and author of Hair Rules. So many titles, so little time. I'm here to take you through so-called hard to manage textures, wavy, curly, kinky, and show you how easy it can be. And there's 1,000,001 textures in between kinky, curly, and wavy of hair types that are fine, thin, thick, or coarse. There's a grading system that the consumer or the community has picked up, and it's 4, 3, 2, 1, but they're all textures. The real value to the grading system that it helps you to accurately hone in on a regimen specific to your hair texture. So what we're gonna do today, and we found 3 great textures, and we're gonna show you step by step how to care for one in terms of hair care and styling all in one. Black has a very interesting texture. It's somewhere between a 2 and a 3. It's kind of a medium, fine-ish texture that can be curly. And what's great about Blake's texture is that depending upon...
So just so you guys know, from my perspective, there are a lot of people who have hair like this guy that want hair like us, that want type 4 hair. I get so many DMs, how do I make my hair more curly? And they'll send me a picture, I'm like, your hair looks fine. Like, I don't see what the problem is. But they want curls to like curl like ours. They have more wavy hair, you know? So I don't know, I feel like it helps to have that perspective of like somebody else wants yours, you know? Like we just gotta learn to love our own. But let's get into it, let's continue.
When and how you put your product on and how wet the hair is, you'll be able to stretch it out and get a more wavy appeal to it. With these textures, what's so essential is that you don't dry the hair out and you're using a shampoo that is a cream that allows you to start the detangling process first while you're shampooing, which makes a lot more sense for textures that have a lot of spring, tangles, and coils. And Blake can go between a low sudsing sulfate-free shampoo or a no suds cleansing cream if he chooses to shampoo every day. We need to clean Blake's scalp and his hair and detangle at the same time. And oftentimes guys who lead an active lifestyle or it's warmer and warmer climate like to shampoo their hair every day. So using a no suds shampoo would be really great for him.
Yeah, that's a really good tip too. If you guys are someone who is very active, who like you're sweating all the time and you need to wash your hair more often, I think that it can be very beneficial for someone like you to use like a co-wash, something like a co-wash, because you're having to wash your hair more frequently. And so you don't want to be stripping your hair dry, always having to wash your hair.
Blake, because his hair is longer, that longer hair, I call it elderly hair. It's been there forever, so it's really dry. So if you're constantly shampooing it with things that lather, you're constantly drying it out and creating frizz. So Blake could use a no suds shampoo every single day without the fear of his hair being dried out and frizzy. As you can see, because it's non-sudsing, you're gonna use enough to cover the hair, so you feel like something's actually happening. It's okay to use a wide tooth comb if you need to. So on Blake's hair, because Blake has a looser, silkier, wavier, curlier texture, it's best to wring as much of the water out before putting the conditioner part on.
Y'all peep how he has conditioner in his ear? Y'all, I feel like we can all relate to that, bro. When you got conditioner in your hair and you're detangling, man, that conditioner gets everywhere. It gets all up in my earring, like, yeah.
Because it'll work more effectively on his hair versus the other two tighter, kinkier textures, which need a lot more of the water in the hair to move through the hair because it's denser textures. Rinsing of shampoo is the same thing. It's like after you've done your scrub detangle process with shampooing, you essentially, as you're rinsing and squeezing the water and product through the hair as you're rinsing in a more outwardly motion, because remember, textures that have a lot of spring and coils require a lot of lengthening in order to get more definition and elongation. So as you're rinsing, you're not rinsing or doing this to the hair as much as you are scrubbing, cleaning, rinsing, and detangling. So everything is in an outward, downward motion. The trick with these textures, right, is that you add as much conditioner as you have hair on your head. That's a big misconception with kinky, curly, wavier textures. They have denser, drier, kinkier, spongier textures. Using a conditioner helps to manipulate the hair texture, and you can't use a little bit of conditioner in a lot of hair and expect anything to happen. So with your conditioner...
Yes, y'all, this is so real. And I stress this all the time. Y'all, the best time to be detangling your hair is when you are conditioning. Put that conditioner in your hair, put a lot in your hair, and then detangle, because our hair like really gets really tangled up. And what the conditioner does is it helps us to manipulate our hair. It helps to loosen up your hair so that way those tangles can come out. I hate to see when people are sitting here with dry hair with a comb or a brush trying to comb out your hair. Like you're putting your hair through so much.
That's when you comb your hair. You don't comb your hair when it's dry or when it doesn't have conditioner. And a conditioner is there to serve one purpose. It's to help detangle, soften, and help you to use a comb to get through your hair without damaging your hair. And Blake, what he'll do is he'll use all of his combing and manipulating his hair while he has conditioner, because he'll do very little manipulating on wet hair before he adds a styling product. Now that we've rinsed and conditioned, we take a little bit of the water out of Blake's hair without disturbing his curl pattern, just squeezing the water out. And then we add a styling cream. So Blake's gonna use a kinky curling cream like he normally would, put his products in his hair, Styling happens almost instantaneously after you've rinsed out your conditioner. And the key—
this is another really good tip. So y'all know how I be doing the water little trick where I'll style my hair, I'll do my finger coils, and then I'll go wet my hair afterwards. I find that a combination of that and also doing my hair immediately fresh out of the shower, or sometimes I would even do my hair in the shower. I don't do it that often though, because it takes a long time, be using up a lot of water, and I don't be wanting to like do all that. But it definitely does help. I feel like your hair is in the best state of being styled and manipulated when fresh out of the shower, fresh after you washed it, conditioned it, deep conditioned it, rinsed it out. It's like ready. It's like boom, I'm ready.
To really getting really great definition and elongation and shine and luster without the frizz when you use your styling products is to apply them to sopping wet hair. That's the time when—
this is another thing too. The more wet your hair is, I feel like the more your curls pop, which is why I do the water thing at the end. It just makes my curls pop that extra. And I feel like adding product when my hair is not so wet, it helps me be in control more so of how my hair is gonna turn out. But I do feel like when your hair is soaking wet when you're styling, it makes it so much easier. And I do want to try doing like a wash and go with just no finger coils, just soaking wet hair. I want to see what it would look like. I think I definitely want to cut my hair again a little bit shorter, because I know that when I just do a regular wash and go, my hair is like all in my face because it's a little bit longer than when I do the finger coils, my hair shrinks up a lot. I definitely think I want to try to cut my hair a little shorter and then just try to style my hair like a regular wash and go with just soaking wet hair, no finger coils, just rake product through my hair while it's soaking wet, because I think that would be a lot easier, you know what I'm saying? It's just that right now with my hair being longer, it's just all in my face. And then also too, like, I have to admit, I love perfect curls. Like, I love when my curls are perfect. You know, I'm a Virgo rising or whatever, so like perfection, you know. Nah, but I really love when my hair is perfect. I definitely think that the finger coils has become the style that I feel the most confident, because I literally control what my hair looks like to an extent. I can't make my hair look like 4C finger coils. I can't make my hair look like 2A finger coils. But with my hairstyle, when I do the finger coils, it's like I get to control how defined and like perfect each curl is. And that is something that I really do like. But I do want to try to see, like, just using this method.
prep your hair for your styling products. So you've got no frizz, you've got the perfect definition, and you're adding your styling product in the shower. And the key is to not towel dry or squeeze any water out until after you have product in the hair. Styling is a fixative, and it helps to fix the hair in the way that you prepped it. So now that Blake has rinsed his hair and prepped his hair for a styling product, and the key is to use a wide tooth comb after he's applied it to his wet hair. It's a perfect ratio of water and styling product, and detangling and styling and comb all happens while the hair is super wet. And again, this is a curl cream that will add some hold and reinforce his waves and curls without making it greasy or without giving it a hard, crunchy hold, so that it's a little softer, more natural. So now we're at that stage where, remember I told you that Blake and his hair texture could add on or cocktail products? We put the curling cream in, Blake combed it through, and now we're gonna add a water-based mousse to add a little bit of hold and firmness to his hair. So it's Wavy mousse, Hair Rules Wavy mousse, pump about 5 pumps, and without disturbing his curl pattern, Blake can kind of distribute it from the roots to the ends, because remember, it's a water-based mousse, and it will actually help speed up the drying time. So now we're moving on to styling or drying, right? Either air drying or using a diffuser. One of the benefits to using a blow dryer with a diffuser is that the diffuser doesn't throw the hair all over the place. Last step is using a nice cream as a polisher for a groomed look. The great thing about using some type of a cream or balm or polisher at the end is that it just grooms the hair nicely and adds just enough moisture without making the hair look greasy, and takes away any frizz and gives more luster and shine to the hair. Even though Blake has long curly hair, his hair is groomed, it's not frizzy, it's put together. He could easily put on a tux and go to an event and have his hair be put together and rock long curly hair. So Silvio has a nice kind of, they would call his hair a 3C, right? A tight curly texture that has a lot of density. And What Silvio needs really is,
I would even say that this is 4A. Like, his hair looks very similar to mine. And yeah, I would even go as far as to say this is 4A hair right here. But this is very similar to me and my routine. So everybody who feels like their hair is very similar to me and like you can follow my routine, this section is gonna help us a lot.
elongation and definition. He has a lot of frizz. It's kind of a spongier texture that has the ability to have a lot more definition and curl pattern and elongation. So he needs a lot of moisture. The unique difference between he and Blake is that he would be wetting his hair more frequently because he has a tighter, drier, spongier texture. So his...
You know how I'm always doing the water thing? Like, water really does help our hair curl up more. And it helps the curls really pop a lot.
No Such shampoo would be his primary shampoo that he used once a week. He would co-wash throughout the week if he so needed to. Co-washing simply means that you are rinsing your hair to clean it, like you do your body when you shower, and you recondition your hair. Most important thing with the texture this dense and thick and curly is water. Water kind of breaks down the hair and softens it up and reveals your natural texture. The biggest complaint I hear with textures that are 3s or 4s is that my hair is so thick it takes forever for the water to go through it. That's generally from people who have been told not to wet their hair every day because it's really dry, which makes absolutely no sense because your hair loves water. And if you've got thick, curly, coily, kinky hair, it should take a minute. And remember the most important...
If you're like me, doing finger coils to style your hair, wetting my hair every day is going to mess up the finger coils. It's going to mess up the perfection that I just created, you know? I don't necessarily wet my hair every day. You know, I only wet my hair really once a week. But yeah, we do have a lot of hair and it is very thick, you know what I'm saying? So it's going to take a minute to get all that water through our hair. And that's why sometimes in my, like, especially in my older curly hair routine videos, I would literally say, I'm starting my routine off. It sounds mundane, but I'm starting my routine off by just wetting my hair and just really letting the water run, just really making sure like my hair, all my hair is getting wet. Because when you really think about it, we have a lot of hair on our head and it's thick.
Important thing when you're shampooing is that the No Such shampoo cleansing cream will allow him to detangling while he's shampooing. The No Such shampoos, or co-washes so they call them, are really concentrated. And once you add water to them, like I've done to our cleansing cream, they emulsify and move through the hair even better. You know, it's often there's this misconception that you need a lot of work with these coily textures, and I use conditioner as a tool to help me to achieve definitions. If I've got a lot of conditioner in the hair, I'm able to work it through and detangle and silken the strands so that my styling product, my curl cream or whip, works more effectively. Your conditioner reveals your natural texture. Your styling product captures your natural texture. Uses much.
That is like the perfect way to describe it. Especially when you have a good conditioner. Like, one of my favorite conditioners is the Floor Curl coconut something conditioner. I'll link it below. It literally makes my curls pop so much, and it's like, this is what your curls naturally would look like, you know? And then when you're styling, you're capturing and holding that style in place, unless you want to manipulate that style a little bit more, like how I do with the finger coils, because I like the look of that perfection of these perfect curls. That was like a beautiful way to explain it.
Much conditioner on your hair as you have hair on your head. If you want the definition and elongation to your hair and you've got thick, kinky, coily, coarse hair, then conditioner just helps to reveal your natural texture. And remember, this happens really fast, so Silvio can put his head up slowly and get his product. And a good trick too, after you apply product to your wet hair, sometimes you want to re-wet it so it hangs even more. Without rinsing it, just re-wet it. So that's really it, right? So what you see wet is how it will set. And so we're gonna go dry it now with the blow dryer and the diffuser. Now that Silvio has dried his hair, he can put on another attachment on this great Dyson dryer, and it's a condenser. And what it does is it helps to move the curl around and release the curl pattern. The difference between Silvio and Blake is that after Silvio's hair dries, he'll stretch it out with his blow dryer or his fingers.
for Silvio's final step, he can take
I don't ever do this, but this does work. Like taking a blow dryer at your roots and pulling your hair where you want it to stretch and drying it, it makes it kind of stay there. This definitely does work. And I think this is definitely something that I would do if I was doing my hair like this, so that I can have a little bit more control over the shape of my hair, you know, because y'all know I'm so picky about that.
a hydrating finishing balm, which is a grooming cream for his hair texture. And he can add a little bit throughout the day or after his hair is dry like it is now, just to add more luster and sheen to his hair. And it also kind of softens it up and he's able to get more movement out of it.
So if you look at his head, you can see what I'm talking about when I'm talking about that perfect definition, where it's just like his hair is clearly curly. The curls aren't like perfectly like, you know what I'm saying? Which is really not that important, you know? But like I said, my rising sign is a Virgo or whatever.
Now we get to Warner, and he's got a type 4 kinky coily texture. So he's got really thick hair, it's really dense, he's got a lot of tight coils. And so the objective for him is to keep his coils and his strands as elongated as possible. He has a tightly wound, zigzaggy, coily texture, which needs a lot of moisture and it needs a lot of conditioner and rinse and repeat process. So his shower routine incorporates his hair every time. So we need to make sure that we get enough cleansing cream, no suds shampoo in the hair to help Warner detangle and elongate and scrub his scalp and keep his strands tangle free. So this is usually the most disastrous part of shampooing for anybody who has a kinkier, spongier type 4C texture is the shampooing. Traditional shampoos are like putting gasoline or alcohol on our hair, right? So it dries out your naturally dry hair opposed to you being able to use something that's much more gentle, innovative, and allowing you to detangle while you're shampooing. Usually traditional shampoos for these textures make it more difficult to detangle the hair. Using conditioner after you've shampooed your hair with something that strips it makes it just feel not as crappy as it did when you rinsed out the conditioner or the shampoo. So after we've gotten Warner's hair clean, 90% detangled at his cleanse process, now the conditioner is gonna work more effectively. Usually the conditioner just makes the hair feel not as crappy as it did when he rinsed out the regular shampoos that dry out and tangle and mat up the hair. So at no point during his regimen has he ever drying the hair out. And this will be Warner's once a week regimen of shampooing and conditioning. And so now that we've got the conditioner and we detangled Warner's hair, it's perfectly prepped for his styling portion of his routine. And again, all this happens almost simultaneously in the shower on sopping, wet, freshly conditioned, cleaned coils. And because 4C textures are the driest within the texture spectrum, we add a little oil.
Also, y'all, to what he just said, like the more like curlier and kinkier your hair is, the drier people like tend to say it is. But I want you guys to understand it's not because there's something wrong with it. The reason why the curlier or kinkier you go, the more dry your hair tends to be, is because the natural oils that's coming from your hair is not just sliding straight down your hair and basically like protecting and moisturizing your whole hair shaft. You know what I'm saying? It can't make its way down because your curls go like, your hair goes like this or your hair goes like this. You know what I'm saying? Where someone with straight hair, if they don't wash their hair for a while, their hair gets really oily because that oil that your scalp is producing is going down your hair. Where for people who have curly hair or kinky hair, it gets all stuck right here at your root. You know what I'm saying? It can't really make its way down. And so that leaves the ends of your hair to tend to be a lot more drier. So when he says that, he's not saying that in a way of like your hair is dry just because something's wrong with you. Like this is scientifically why people with curly hair and coily hair and kinky hair tend to have a lot drier hair.
To seal in the moisture. We get really...
I just want to emphasize that because a lot of people do feel like it's a disease that they have 4C hair. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, bro, what? Like your hair is the way your hair is for a reason. It is beautiful if you just learn to love it. You know what I'm saying? And learn to style it in a way that you like. And like, when we're gonna see how he's gonna do this.
Literal when it comes to immediately adding your styling product to super wet conditioned hair with Warner, because he has a 4-type texture. And remember, the water and the conditioner help to elongate and bring out his natural texture. So this lock method, liquid oil cream, simply means wetting oil and locking in with your styling product. So it's really layering oil and using oil more intentionally, not as a moisturizer. Okay, so now we're just reactivating the product. Remember I said re-wet the hair if you like. It's a great tip to reactivate the product so you get a lot of definition and distribute your product evenly through your dense, kinky hair. So now that Warner has dried his hair, he's gonna switch out his...
Look at his hair. Like, his hair is so shiny. The like curls are defined. And remember how he said when you have 4C hair, your hair is like zigzaggy, right? So when your hair is defined, it's gonna have that zigzaggy look. Now, if you do like or enjoy the look of more like spirally or curly or ringlets, then you will kind of style your hair the way I do, where you physically go in and manipulate your hair so that you can basically create more of a curl because your hair is naturally in a zigzag way. Now, the curl is going to be a curl from the zigzaggy 4C type of texture, not like a curl from the 3C or the 4A type of texture. And that's where I think that a lot of confusion comes when people are watching my videos and thinking that you want your hair to look like mine. We don't have the same hair. That's like me melting gold and me melting down silver but wanting it to look the same. It's not the same. This one's gold, this one's silver. We did the same exact thing to it, but it looks different because why? This is gold and this is silver. Similarly with our hair, you can do the same exact, like I've shown you guys videos of me doing, I think I have a video on my channel of me doing my mom's hair. I do the same exact routine on my hair that I do on my mom's hair, but my hair is 4A, my mom is 4B. So although they're both produce curls, hers looks like 4B curls, where mine looks like 4A curls, because that's the material that we're working with, because that is our natural hair. I really hope this is making sense. My goal with this is just to really help you guys understand that nobody's hair is better than the other, nobody's hair is worse than the other, nobody's hair has a problem. It's just that we just have to learn to love and understand what we have, you know, naturally. You know? And if you don't like that enough to where you do want to chemically alter your hair or whatever the case may be, that's your business. You know what I'm saying? But I just want to help as many people as I can understand that your hair is so unique and special and amazing and beautiful in its own way. And a lot of it has to do with how you wear it.
Diffuser and add his condenser to the end of his blow dryer, like Silvio.
Like, his hair is popped, like...
Another additional finishing product for coily afro textures is that they can use shine sprays, which are great to add more luster to your hair. One of the favorite tools, of course, among 4C textures is a nice pick that helps to shape and primp your coils and your froey hair. It's a great tool to kind of lift and separate. And it doesn't require you to have to pick your hair all the way through, it just kind of builds a shape in your hair. One of the misconceptions with picks is that...
This is another thing too, where like for this style specifically for me, y'all know I love shape. Like even right now, my hair is not the perfect shape and it's like bothering me. You know, I'm just very big on like, I want a round shape on my hair because that makes me feel very confident. But if you look at his curls, they are defined. They are shiny, they look good, you know? The shape isn't necessarily perfect, but if you don't care about that, then that doesn't matter. I think for me too, like that's another part of the reason why I don't necessarily want to grow my hair out long, because something about like just the round shape on my top of my head, it just makes me feel so good. And I don't think that I would have the same amount of confidence that I have now have I had hair down my shoulders or down my back or whatever the case may be. It's just a different look and I just love this. But it took me time to learn my preferences, you know, and a lot of experimenting.
One of the misconceptions with picks is that if you're picking out your fro, that's one thing, but if you're picking out your coils that you set, it's just about lifting at mid-shape.
Like look at the before versus the after, especially special attention to his ends. His curls are so like that. This is fire. But once again, it's just like we just have to learn how to style our hair in a way that it looks good in the way our hair is, and that we feel confident in it.
Shaft or at the root to lift and separate so your coils have more pronunciation.
There we go. I definitely had a lot of commentary throughout this video, but I just really hope I can get my point across to let you guys know that like we all have beautiful hair. We just gotta learn how to love it. We gotta learn what we like. We gotta learn how to love it, and we have to learn how to style it in a way that makes us feel good, way that makes us feel confident. And I think that when you can, at least just for me personally, when I stepped into my confidence in the way my hair was and the way my hair looked, it made me feel so powerful. It just made me feel so good about myself, and that spilled over into so many other areas of life. You know what I'm saying? Having that confidence to pull from in everything that I did, it really elevated everything. So once again, I hope this video was helpful. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up. And if you're looking forward to more videos from me, then be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so that you are notified every time I upload a new video. Also, definitely let me know if there are other videos or other things that you guys would like to hear, like my thoughts or my opinions on, because I definitely enjoy making these videos. I feel like the added commentary just from someone else's point of view helps to bring an overall message together. And I don't know, I really enjoyed making this video. I enjoyed it so much. And so that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.